at any point in time. This is going to be recorded and I'm going to be sending it out later. So yeah, this is going to be also included in the Taurus and Venus course. I'm just going to drop that in the Teachable as well. So that's going to be coming out next week. And but yeah, so be sure to mute your microphone so we don't have any kinds of like crazy things, dogs barking in the background and that sort of thing that gets a little bit distracting. And if you would like, be sure to have something with you to write with or to create with if you're a creative sort of processor, or if you create amazing mind maps or something, you know, allow yourself to have what you need there. Also, you're going to want to have, PJ, is this correct? You want to have a strawberry or a kiwi. Is this, are we still
Well,
doing this?
if any of you have a strawberry or a kiwi or a favorite piece of food, that would, oh, delicious strawberry. Please go and grab it now and run. A favorite, like a favorite nut or berry, whatever it is, just something that you enjoy snacking on. But don't eat it yet, please.
Not yet.
Bye.
All right.
I'm having to
I will
like
be here. I, of
refrain
course,
from eating
don't
my
have
strawberry.
one. I'm living in a hotel, so I couldn't have them order or deliver one strawberry.
Not one strawberry. I wish I
Would
could.
like to order one strawberry, please. Just one.
Well, you've seen here in Japan how they have those giant strawberries, right?
No, I've seen square watermelons.
Here in Japan?
Yeah, they
Really?
grow them in a box
They have
because
crazy things here.
you can stack them better.
Yeah, they are like the
Yeah.
fruit of love here, you know, which again
The
is another
strawberry?
Taurus thing, you know, to have food in the, you know, in a, but yeah, they represent love. And so around Valentine's Day here in Okinawa, strawberries become super popular and they have these giant strawberries and you can buy one strawberry for like $20.
Wow, that
But it's
doesn't
a
surprise me.
giant strawberry and it's really
Right.
good. You know, it's like they've cultivated it and they've made it so it's super sweet. And
Cashews.
yeah.
Cassie's a word perfect. Galaxy Tab A.
That's Kathy. I love
Kathy.
Kathy.
Hi. Cashews.
Cassie's are perfect. Those will go
Perfect.
great. Perfect.
I love it. Love it. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're not going to be doing any chart reading today since we do that during the course. So today it's more about really getting into the spirit of Taurus, which I believe that's why I have you here, BJ. You're
I hope
my
so.
Taurus buddy. So yeah, we're gonna just take a minute here and just to arrive, drop into your seat, you know, take a couple deep breaths, close your eyes. Filling up your lungs with sweet, sweet, delicious breath. Sensing your body in your seat, sensing the air around you or the room around you and the little beings that might be running around. Like I've got my dog, my cat. And just come in and get ready to bathe yourself in the deliciousness of this workshop. And I want to introduce you. So again, this is my friend, PJ Dixon. And PJ is a speaker. He's a love guru. He's one of the most loving people, I swear, on this planet. I just love him. And I invited him to come on here to share his Taurus season wisdom with all of you. I know he's not necessarily like, you know, we've talked a little bit, and I don't think you're necessarily like the astrology folk. You know, he's like, "What are you talking about, Taurus?" But
You mean I should come in and talk about being stubborn?
yeah, no, not at all. So instead, yeah. But I mean, there's nobody that I know of that is, you know, that represents the spirit of Taurus. You know, and just that refined Taurus energy better than you can. So I think I'm just so excited for this. So as many of you know, Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love, beauty, and values. And so yeah, can you tell us a little bit about what makes you so incredibly amazing?
Judgment call. Well, I'm ruggedly handsome. Right. What makes me totally amazing? Maybe if I had to really truly answer that question, and be honest, but probably, hopefully humble, I would say that I truly love people. I love love, and I love people, and I love life. And I want people to feel loved, and I want people to feel accepted and honored and respected and heard. And I want people to really, really live their life in a way that they're just like so excited to be alive every day, that they're thoroughly joyful. This morning, when I was getting ready, you guys don't know, but I'm a little guy in a wheelchair. That's why you see me moving kind of funny. I'll back up in a little bit, maybe so you can see me in the chair, to make a point. But this morning I was getting ready, and my personal care assistant was helping me get dressed and putting on my shoes. And as he was putting on my shoes, I was just thinking, wow, I can't wait to like start my day. I'm excited. And like I've had this before, right? I've had it for years, but it was just this awareness that I was going to be on here today with all of you, and the idea that I want all of you to have that same sense when you wake up in the morning, that you're excited that you're awake, you're excited you're alive. I want you, when you're on your deathbed, hopefully not for like another 100 years, for like another 100 years or so, hopefully that on your deathbed you say, wow, I'm not ready to go yet. This was so fun. And if there is, this transition between this life and another life, and if between this life and the other life, there's some kind of life review with God, or this thing we refer to as God, or even ourselves, right? I hope it's one of those conversations that I have, at least, where I'm like, look, God, you're pretty cool and all, but man, Earth was really fun. When can I go back? That's what I want for all of you guys, to really, truly drink in everything that life has to offer. I'm sitting in this hotel right now, and about 30 miles in front of me, I see this massive mountain range, beautiful. And when it snows, it just covers like half to 3/4 of the mountain. When there's sunset, the mountains turn these reds and pinks and blues and purples. It's so beautiful. And when the spring comes, the flowers here surprise you with smells on the wind. It's just heavenly. It melts you when you smell it. This is living, where you're drinking in all of the deliciousness of life, the tastes, the smells, the flavors, the colors, where you're feeling the sensations, where you're hearing the song, not in your ear, but in your soul. When I talk about music, I say, people say, well, what kind of music do you like? And I say, if it moves me, I like it. It doesn't matter what kind it is, but if I'm like, right? I know I love it. Why? Because it's reached my body. It's reached my soul. It's got me grooving. This is what life is about. So if there's any reason that makes me so amazing, I don't know if you can say that or not, but thank you. I would say it's because I drink in life as much as I possibly can. I was only expected to live until I was 7. I turn 52 next Saturday, 8 days from now. And that means I've lived 45 years longer than I was supposed to. So if I'm going to live, and I want to live at least another 100 years, I want to live a juicy, delicious life.
I love that. See, and I knew that I could only ask you that question in that way, because I knew you wouldn't be like, what?
The Taurus in me, yes, what, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, why are we doing this?
I mean, that was a fabulous answer. That was a fabulous PJ.
It's authentic. I mean, the truth is that that's really authentic. I really want every single person that I know, whether I know you or I don't know you, I want you to really love your life. Even no matter whether you have money or no money, whether you're married or single, whether you're colorblind or you can see all the colors of the spectrum. It doesn't matter to me. I want you to really drink in what you have and enhance it as it's inside of you. Because as you think you're experiencing the outside world, what you're really experiencing is what your mind is telling you you're experiencing. And you can change that. You can either witness it and experience it from the default setting of your unconscious mind, or you can let it filter through a conscious intention. And as it filters through the conscious intention, it takes on the color of that. For example, with generosity, or not generosity, sorry, but with gratitude, there are two ways of thinking about gratitude, right? Gratitude can be very specific, where I'm so grateful that I have the eyes to see, and the heart to appreciate beauty. I'm so grateful that I have taste buds that function and I can taste the strawberries or the cashews, right? I'm so grateful that I can smell the delicious lilac and lavenders, right? I'm so grateful that I can have that my nerves work and I can feel the sensation of someone's touch. Or I'm so grateful that my mom is still alive and there's so much love there. My sister and I have so much love between us, and my friends make me laugh. I can be grateful for all the specific things, and there's a real beauty in that. And stack those. When you stack those one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, life gets rich, because then what you do is you look for reasons to be grateful, right? What can I be grateful for? Even in this hotel, when they're cleaning the hallways a couple, 3 times a week, 2, 3, 4 hours, they slam doors, open the door, slam, open the door again, slam, open the door, slam. And at first I was like, oh my God, this is going to drive me crazy. But then I stopped for a minute and I said, but does that feel good? Do I want to be driven crazy? Because this is a choice. And I said, I don't want to be driven crazy. I want to see this as something that's funny, because it started to become funny to me intentionally when I started to say that is absolutely crazy that someone can go in and out of one door 15 or 20 times or more, when all they're doing, that in my mind, is they're taking out towels, putting new towels in, changing the sheets, taking the sheets out, vacuuming, and peace out. Like, I would think maybe 6 times, but it's just so funny how many times they did it. So I decided that instead of being irritated, I would make it funny. And so I filtered it through, I consciously chose to filter it through a specific intention, which was humor and curiosity. Like, because I'm not strong enough to open my door, I'm basically stuck in the hotel, right? I'm stuck in my room. So since I can't open the door and like peek my little eye out and see what they're doing, I decided just to filter it through humor and filter it through curiosity and wonder like what it is that they're doing, but also through a filter of, hey, I realized that that bothered me in the beginning. And so how can I learn from this to behave in a way that doesn't bother someone else? And so my whole life, whenever I could open or shut a door, if I could shut the door quietly, twisting the handle and closing it quietly, I would, because I know that sometimes slamming a door or letting a door just slam shut would bother people. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the senses, the awareness, right? Everybody says be present. And the door slamming is a form of being present, just like in the monastery. When you're in a monastery and they ring a bell or they gong a gong. Is that what you call it? Gong a gong? When they hit a gong, gong.
Gong, gong, a gong.
Right?
Like that.
And when they do that, what is that reason for that? The bell, the gong, or the door slamming is a great reminder every single time to say, hey, are you present? Are you present? Come
I
back to
love
present.
that.
When you come back to being in the present moment, you come back to being aware of your 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 senses, however many you want to break them down, however you want to break them down. But here's the thing, being in the present moment, well, that's way better than being lost in the past or worried about the future. Being in the present moment is still limited by just the 5 senses. But being in the presence with a capital P is liberating. So being in the present is limiting, but being in the presence with a capital P is liberating. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you go past the 5 senses and you shift through meditation, through prayer, through journaling, through simple just observation, through peaceful just sitting, not even necessarily formal meditation, and your mind stills and your heart opens, and you realize that you're feeling this energy and this life between you and the trees, in the space between you and somebody that you know and love, and within inside of yourself. And you realize that there is no real separation. You're in the presence. It's a feeling that nurtures you and massages you from the inside out. It's a stillness. And in this space is peace. In this space is appreciation. In this space is gratitude. In this space is love. And this space is stillness. And it's this stillness that is really delicious and rich. We think that underneath the umbrella of the Taurus, being sensual, we think about the five senses. But what if we go deeper than that? What if we sense with the soul? What if we sense with the spirit? What if we sense with the being, with a capital B? The presence with a capital P? What if we let that move us? Then life becomes even more delicious. And now you can hear the sound of my voice slowing, getting quieter, not because I'm making this up, but because when I shift, the expression outwards is what is inside of me. So there's this beautiful saying that one of my favorite monks says. He says, no anger inside, no enemies outside. So the more still you become inside, the more you begin to let go, the more you let go of judgment, frustration, hurt, sadness, anger. And what's left when you start to clear these things out? What's left? Joy, peace, gratitude, silliness, laughter, deliciousness, gratitude. I think I said that twice, right? Why am I talking quiet? Just because this is where I am. It's the waves, right? It's the waves. Sometimes you're up and silly and fun and excited, and sometimes you're low, not low like sad low, but just still, quiet, present, connected. And it's delicious. It's these waves that make life delicious. Is it the sound that makes the music amazing? Or is the space in between that allows you to appreciate the sound? It's the space in between that allows you to appreciate the music. Because if all the music came together at one time, there would be no space, there would be no music. There would just be noise. So when we can find the moments of stillness inside of ourselves, we can appreciate the richness of the movement outside of ourselves. Is that making sense so far? Yeah.
I got teary. I'm like, oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Just Patty.
Lori, say it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I apologize.
Oh my
Sorry.
I'm getting my little girl to sleep, so I'm having a conversation on the side here. So I apologize.
Okay. Do you want me to mute you? I'll mute you. Okay,
Yes,
Lori? You
please.
can continue
Yep,
to put her to bed. All right.
Apologize. Thank
So
you.
You guys, that was cute. So for me, listen, I believe you guys, beautiful. Is it okay if I just keep going?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
please. Yes.
Okay.
It's so
All right, cool.
delicious. It's so
Oh,
beautiful. Oh my
oh.
goodness.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So listen, I want to tell you a story, okay? Every day, this man would walk across the bridge to go to work. And every day, he'd walk back across the bridge to come home. And every day, he'd walk across the bridge because he'd have to go shopping or take his kids and his family somewhere. And every day, he'd have to walk back across the bridge to go home and take his family home, put everybody to bed, much like Lori's doing her little girl right now, right? But every single day, whether the guy would cross the bridge on a weekday or a weekend, whether he would cross the bridge in the morning or the afternoon or the evening, every single day, this person would see this one other person sitting on the bridge. They'd just be sitting right there on the edge of the bridge, meditating. And the guy, after a while, after a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years, started to feel this maybe frustration and confusion inside of him. More confusion that sort of led to the frustration that led to him taking a deep breath and walking over and saying, listen, I'm sorry to interrupt you, excuse me. And the person just opens their eyes for a moment and just softly smiles at them. Yes. And the person says, the man says, I don't understand. Like every day I go to work and you just sit here. Every day I have to like take my family somewhere and do something with my family. And you just sit here. Every day I have obligations and expectations and things that I have to do. And every day I'm out working and doing and like constantly on the go, but you just sit here. You're like, how is it that you get to do this when everybody else is out doing work and doing what they have to do? And the person just smiles and says, I thought I'd just sit this one out. I like that because it says, I don't have an attachment. I don't have something wrapped around my neck, pulling me in different directions. I don't have obligations that I've set onto myself. I don't have expectations that I put onto myself, right? There's a difference between I can do the same thing that you're doing, and you can feel it as an obligation. And I can do it and feel grateful that I get to do it. I had a bit of a difficulty with somebody one time, and they were working for me, and they said, how would you like it if you had to do this every day? And they were, they were a personal care assistant of mine at the time, and they were just, attempting to help take care of me. And, this person didn't want to help me with the physical things that I needed help with, at least in that particular regard in that moment. And in my response was, well, I think we perceive this situation two different ways. I might see it as a rare opportunity to be really humble and grateful that I can help somebody who can't help themselves, And so it's the filter that we choose to build to see the world through. But the problem is so often that what happens is we are in reaction mode. I believe that I call this my tower of twos. There are only two kinds of people in the world. There are free people and there are slaves. If you are in reaction, a reaction is a slave action. That means you're not making the decision is making you. I always say, think your thoughts, don't let your thoughts think you. Think your thoughts, don't let your thoughts think you. Because if your thoughts think you, the thoughts always precede your emotion, right? And so the more you let your unconscious mind think, this is difficult, this is hard, this is a problem, you're naming whatever situation you're going through, difficult, hard, problem. Why name it? If you're going to name it, why not name it fun, interesting, curious, fascinating? If I've got to name it something interesting that draws my attention, right? But no, when we let our unconscious mind say, this is difficult, this is hard, this is a problem, all of a sudden we start to suffer. But suffering is a choice. And what's happening in those moments is you're in reaction. And reaction is a slave action. But if you pause for a moment and you choose to respond, that response is coming from a choice. Listen how I said it. If you choose to respond, you recognize you have a choice. When you recognize you have choice, by default, you have freedom. See, the universe is built on contrast. We don't have up without down, in without out, light without dark, right? And I believe Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote Conversations with God, I believe that he said in his commentary that God said to him, humans are funny creatures. They couldn't accept everything as just one. So I had to create a contrast. I had to create the difference so you felt like you had a choice. But the thing is, we always have choice. And so sometimes it's nice to see things as a contrast. So we go, oh, I could do this or I could do that. But if you look at the Taurus way of doing things, the way is that you feel what feels good, what feels right. Now, listen, I'm not talking about getting addicted to drugs or addicted to anything, right? Because that's an escape from the suffering that you're experiencing as a result of the previous existence of the addiction. That's a much deeper conversation. I'm just talking generally speaking, right? Generally speaking, if we're generally speaking, what we're talking about is this feels good. This excites me. This interests me. This piques my curiosity. This makes me want to say, wait, I want more. I can have a conversation with you all night about this. Why? Because I love this. Whatever topic you get excited about, and you can talk to somebody for hours and hours and hours, or you just happen to bump into somebody at a train station or a bus station or a mall or the airport or anywhere, and you happen to kick on or hit on a conversation that's interesting to you, you can talk with that person that you've never met before for hours about this. Why? Because this is what excites you. This is part of your mission. This is part of the reason that you were born. When you're so aroused, so turned on inside, so excited about something, so interested that your focus is right here and time just passes by and you don't even know that it's passed because you're in the present moment so deeply that you're so connected. That is part of your mission. That is something that you want to follow. Your mission doesn't have to have anything to do with your job. But so many times people think, yeah, I don't know why I was born, but I guess I got this job anyway. You might care less about your job. And all you really want is to be able to paint or go hiking on weekends. Yeah, I don't care what job I have. As long as I got enough money for canvases and paints, I'm good. I don't care what job I have, as long as I'm done by like 5 and I can go hiking for a couple of hours after work and, spend 4 or 5 hours, in the mountains on the weekends. Yeah, that's fine. Some people don't care about what job they have. They care about what makes them feel alive and vibrant. Are you living from that space? This person sitting on the bridge was living from that space. The person crossing the bridge was living from a place of their unconscious mind. They were slaves. See, I make a very clear distinction between the conscious you and the unconscious. So often the emotions that rise in us come from being thought. The emotion comes after the thought. The unconscious mind thinks, this is rough, this is difficult, I don't like this, this hurts, this is a struggle. And so then consequently, we, the conscious us, winds up feeling that. That's no fun. In 2019, in March of 2019, I caught a virus and I lost about 85% of my physical strength. I lost probably 45% of my lung capacity. And I'm not the same amazing physical specimen that I was before. But I don't quit. I keep going, I keep trying, I keep struggling, I keep making efforts, I find new ways. And I went from having like 45 minutes of personal care in the morning only to 24 hours of care to down to about 5 hours and back down to 1 hour in the morning and sometimes some evening support. But most of the time, I'm just like an hour, hour and a half in the morning, and sometimes maybe 45 minutes to an hour in the evening. And that's it. But I went from 24 hours back down to like 1 or 2. Why? Because I wanted it. I saw something I wanted and I went after it. I pushed and I tried and I pushed and I tried. And about a year later, I had some friends come to visit right before COVID, 2 separate visits. And both of them said, man, you seem so happy, even though you lost so much strength, even though you're physically struggling so much. And they said, how is that possible? And I said, I could choose to feel sad. I could choose to feel angry. Let me say it differently. I could let myself feel sad, angry, hurt, struggle, disappointed. I could let myself feel those, or I could even choose to feel those, right? Or I could consciously choose to feel excited, joyful, love, gratitude, hopeful, excited, filled with possibility. That feels good. Feeling bad feels bad. Feeling good feels good. So I opt to feel good. This is part of the Taurus way. What operates like your compass, right? What operates like your compass is your feelings. Your feelings will guide you. They'll say, hey, this feels pretty darn good. I like this. I want to do some more of this. I want to be with this person more. I think I want to eat more healthy like this, more whole foods. I think I want to hike more. I want to sleep a little bit more. I want to meditate a little bit more. You know what? I haven't painted in years, but gosh, that was fun. I'm really glad I started painting again. I love singing or dancing or playing. This is great. Over here, I don't know, like the obligations, the expectations, the fact that I'm doing a job that I don't really love, and I'm engaged in a relationship that isn't really nurturing me, but I haven't done anything to try to fix it. These don't feel good. Let the good feelings guide you. Why? Because if we are part of the expression of the divine, which I believe that we are, then in this expression of the divine, we have a choice: evolve, grow, expand, express outwards, experience, or we can go the other way where we can contract, we can get small, we can be sad, we can feel burdened, we can feel weighted, we can feel heavy, we can feel resistance. That doesn't feel good. Sure, you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into the dark side like that, or what I might refer to as the dark side, but maybe more appropriately, the limited. You can look at the small. You can explore the contraction. You can explore the getting smaller, but that doesn't feel good. I would rather expand out. And the more that I do something that nurtures my soul, the more I have to share. You can't share what you don't have. Imagine this. I invite you to my house and I'm like, party at PJ's this weekend. Come on. Right? And you all get to my house and you're like, what up? And I'm like, what up? And you guys all say, come on, get that music kicking. And then you say, we got to get some food. And I say, all right, let's go to the kitchen. Because apparently that means go to the kitchen for me. So we get to the kitchen. I open the refrigerator door. because that's a noise all refrigerator doors make. I open up the refrigerator door and I ain't got no food. How can I share something I don't have? If I don't have happiness and joy and laughter and love and gratitude, how can I share that? I can't. Which circles me back to gratitude. I can be grateful for the specific things I have, and I can also just feel a general sense of gratitude. So in the morning, you've probably heard people talk about their gratitude ritual in the morning or the gratitude ritual in the evening. Some people journal, some people pray, some people think about it, some people name a bunch of things, some people record their own voice saying, I'm grateful for this and this and this and this and this, right? And then they listen to it. For me, I sit in gratitude, and typically, occasionally I'll be specific, but most of the time I go into this space of being surrounded 360 degrees as a sphere. Like I'm in the middle of a sphere, not in the middle of a circle, but in the middle of the sphere, up, down, left, right, all around. And I'm in the middle, and pouring out of me is gratitude. Pouring out of me is gratitude. Now listen, I like to make a very clear distinction between appreciation and gratitude. Appreciation comes from the word appreciate. Appreciate comes from a word that means to appraise, which means to set a value for something. So appreciation is measuring the things that come into us. Ooh, I like that. I don't like that. I love that. Oh, I definitely don't want any more of that. Ooh, can I get some more of that? No, thank you. I don't like that. Right? So you're appreciating the things that come in. When you get so filled with gratitude, with appreciation, you get so filled with appreciation, you fill your life more and more and more with the things that you truly love. And listen, you can listen to my words right now. You can listen to my words, and then in 20 minutes, you can go right back to 25 minutes, you go right back to living the way you were. Or you can listen to my words right now and you go, hold on. I get to be conscious. I get to be presence, with a capital P. I get to have choice and freedom. And I get to decide from this moment forward that every moment is a choice. If the universe is built on contrast, in every contrast, every moment, I have a choice. And if every moment I have a choice, then I can choose the things that feel good. And I would say the very first thing you want to do, slow down. Slow down. When you slow down, all of a sudden you have experiences that you weren't having before. If you think about this, think about a painting that's just blue. Just blue, square canvas, blue, nothing, okay? Kind of boring, no big deal, okay? But how about if we take that blue and we maybe put a little bit of oranges and purples and yellows and reds in it, and now it starts to look maybe a little bit like a sunset. Now it's got some value. And I'm like, ooh, look how the colors move in and out of each other. Look at all the different colors. What's happening is I'm seeing some new things. And so what happens then if we keep painting this and we make it a little bit darker in one area and we start to see the faintest of stars come out? And what if we paint it so it looks like the moon is already out before the sun has set? And what if there's some mountains in there? And what if the mountains are painted in such a way that they actually look three-dimensional? And you're like, that's remarkable. Like, I feel like I could like reach out and touch those. Why are you sucked into that? Why are you drawn into that? Why are you drawn into realism when you see pictures that are realism, where something looks like a photograph, but it's actually a pencil sketch or a painting? Why are we drawn into that? Because we're captivated by the subtle details. The subtle details. That's what life is about. But the problem is we go through life every day, same normal thing. We don't even pay attention to what's in our house, right? I'm sitting here, yep, there's a mountain, but I haven't seen it in 14 days because I see it every day, right? No, that's terrible. But if every moment I stop and I look at the subtle details, it's the subtle details that change everything. It's the subtle details that make things taste good, that make things smell delicious. If I say, hey, let's make some beans, and you go, all right, you dump a can of beans into a pot, and there wasn't even any salt in the can, or maybe they were just beans from a bag, so there's definitely no salt, and you're like, I guess I'm glad my stomach's full, but kind of boring. And I go, well, what if we add like a little salt? And you're like, okay, yeah, that's a little better. And then I say, what if we add some cilantro? And you're like, yeah, that's definitely better. And I say, what if we add some rice? And what if we add some red things? roasted red peppers, right? And what if we had like some corn, and what if we some roasted corn, and what if we had some peppers? And right now, all of a sudden, it's starting to be colorful. It's not just colorful; it has a different smell. It doesn't just have a different smell; it has a different taste. And now it doesn't just have a different taste; it has a different texture. The beans have a solidity to them that the corn doesn't. The beans have a texture on the outside that the corn doesn't. The corn is a little bit slippery, and the corn, a little slippery on the outside, has a different kind of a little slippery than the roasted red peppers, right? And all of a sudden, your mouth is experiencing this taste sensation. Your nose is like, I love me some beans, right? A minute ago, it was just beans, but now it's a whole meal deal. Why? Because you took the time to pour into it. How many of you like to travel? Raise your hand. Yeah. Oh yeah. Me too. Me too. I'm a total gypsy at heart. Like if I was able-bodied, I would be gone all the time. But because of my disability, I have to travel with people. So I can't be gone all the time. And when you go to other places, is one of the, just give me a head nod or a hand up, is one of the reasons that you love going to other places because of the different cultures? Yeah. The different sights? Yeah. The different smells? Yeah. The different tastes? Yeah. The different languages? Yeah. The different people? Yeah. Yeah. Look at everybody's head. Like, go, right? It's like a bobblehead session. Why? Because it's all new. It's all new, right? Have you ever strolled through your house? Have you ever rolled through your town? Have you ever walked down the main street of the place that you live and seen everything, practiced looking at everything? Have you ever looked at everything as if it was the first time you saw it? I roll through Tucson all the time as if I have never seen it before. Why? Because it makes my trip from here to there way more delicious. I see trees I hadn't seen before. I see branches on a tree that I hadn't seen before. I see flowers that I was like, oh, look at the bloom on that. That's beautiful. I see houses and I think, I wonder what it's like inside of that home. I wonder who lives there. Where do they work? What do they do? Where do they shop? I wonder what their ethnicity is. Do they practice a religion? Why? Because it makes it fun, right? Look, life is not something that's happening to you. Life is an offering up to you. Life is being given to you on a platter. If you choose to look at the details, it gets rich and delicious. Everybody hold up your strawberry or your almonds or whatever it is that you grab, right? Carla's like, I don't have any strawberries. Carla, did you have like a little piece of food or something? Like a favorite anything? Oh, perfect. Like mint or something like that?
Pick that off of the plant. That is, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Blackberry. Melissa said blackberry. Perfect. All right. Carla, good choice. Curious what it is. Is it mint?
It's basil.
Basil. Excellent. Okay.
I do have mint too.
Oh, no. Well, grab a mint too. Grab a mint too. This will be fun. I actually did this with my friend's kids, I don't know, like 5 weeks ago. Okay?
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
Perfect. Okay, great. So now everybody, physically feel whatever it is that you have. Kathy's always like, she's like, these are delicious. I love it. So pause for 1 second, okay? And feel it. Oh yeah, Maisha, feel that kiwi. Feel the texture of it, right? Close your eyes, you guys. Feel it with your eyes closed. Feel the shape of it. Feel the texture. Let this be sensual. Sensual doesn't have to be sexual. Let this be sensual. Let it move your thumbs and your fingers around it. Turn it upside down. What do those leaves feel like? Yeah, that's right, Carla. Smell it now. Smell them. Don't bite them. Don't eat them. Don't taste them yet. Just smell it. Yeah. Now slowly put a little piece of it in your mouth. And Carla, do one leaf at a time. And then once you chew that, then do the other leaf, okay? And then I'm going to have you do both at the same time, okay? So Carla, one leaf, and then after it's gone, then another, and then, okay? But everybody else slowly bite into your fruit, okay? Or your nut, and slowly, slower than you ever thought you could chew. Can you feel the juiciness in your mouth? Can you feel how the nut breaks apart? Can you feel the subtle pieces of it? Can you smell it as you bite it? Can you feel the juice between your lips and your teeth. Smell it again. The part that you broke open, smell it. Even Carla, can you smell the leaf? Does it smell different at the opening now? Yeah, right? Look at the colors inside. Are the colors on the inside slightly different than the colors on the outside? Take another bite, and as you take a bite, feel that sense of general gratitude. Just feel gratitude for the strawberry or the kiwi or the nut or the leaf or the blackberry or blueberry that Melissa said she had, right? And chew it really slowly. Can you feel the texture on your tongue? Can you feel how it breaks apart? Can you feel the skin is different than the inside? Chew slowly. Can you feel the moisture inside of your mouth? Can you feel the gratitude in your heart? Can you feel how what you're eating is nurturing your heart and your soul? When I eat like this, it changes everything. It becomes prayer. It becomes meditation. It opens up my heart and my soul. Go ahead and continue to eat until you finished it. Carla, at some point, put both of them in your mouth and taste both of them together. See how they interact with each other, Carla. Those who have a strawberry, can you feel the seeds on the outside? The kiwi, Maisha, can you feel the seeds on the inside? Yeah. And I love, Maisha, that you are eating that skin because that's how I eat that thing too, right? It's crazy. I even eat the greens on top of the strawberry. I know some of you are like, oh my God, don't do that. Too many pesticides. I know. I'm a boy, stupid dumb boys. In Japan, the Japanese will eat tomatoes like apples, which is crazy because when you bite a tomato, it goes down your chin. It's gross. But that's me. That's a sensation I don't like. Mud, I don't like to be muddy and dirty. Again, that's a sensation I don't like. Just because I'm a Taurus doesn't mean I like all sensations. Those are ones I don't like. Can you feel how just eating that way, it becomes prayerful? And now think about this. I've done this. I did this for a minimum of 3 months at one point in my life where I turned off all television, all radio for I say 3 months, but truthfully, I think it was more like 6 months. I had no television, no radio. The only access to the computer that I had was for work because I didn't actually have a computer at this time. So I didn't have internet. This was really, really early days of internet anyway. And I ate like this. I ate dinner like this every night. No radio, no television. I looked at all the food before I ate it. I said a gratitude prayer that left me going back further, like thank you to the fruit and the vegetables and the people who brought me the food and the people who prepared the food for me and the people who grew the food and the people who built the trucks that carried the food and the people that loaded the boxes that were put onto the truck and the people that unloaded the boxes all the way back and the people that raised them and the people that started those farms 200 years ago and the people that were brave enough to come across from whatever continent that they were on before they came here, and the people that were humble enough to learn from somebody who knew how to grow before that, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. I did this prayer all the way back until I went all the way back to the source. To me, that's God. And then I would let myself taste the food. But first I would look at the colors, and I would smell it, and I would touch the texture, and then I would taste it. It took me an hour and a half, sometimes a couple of hours because I'm a slow eater, to get through one meal. But it was rich. It was rich. It powerfully changed my life. And if you did this once a week, you turned everything off, and it was just you and your food, and it was prayer, do you think you'd be still and quiet and present with a capital P? Do you think you'd be in a state where you are feeling that presence moving through you? I'm going to say, yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that you would. Listen, we can joke and play, and that's all part of being a Taurus. We can also go super deep and connect with the everything that is. And when we do that, it becomes the sweetest juice that nurtures the deepest part of our soul. And that's important. You know, there are two really important ways of being, or two important, how do I like to say it? Let me look at, have a quick note. Oh, two important practices. Couldn't think of the word practices. I was thinking pieces. There are two important practices: letting go and personal empowerment. Letting go means you let go of anger, sadness, fear, worry, frustration, judgment of others, judgment of self. You just open up. And this is the expression of the feminine, or a feminine aspect. And then when you identify what it is that you want, and you say, that's what I want, then you shift from letting go into empowerment, which is the second piece, right? The second practice. And when you operate from a place of empowerment, you say, that's what I want, and you move forward with it. There's a certain masculine quality in that. That doesn't mean that that's what I want. You can't have a feminine energy behind it, and that letting go can't actually be masculine. They can. This is yin and yang. This is infinity. This is the everything and the nothing. This is why the yin and yang has a circle of both the white dot inside the dark area and the dark dot inside the white area. Because while the masculine may typically behave in a particular way, it doesn't mean that the feminine can't also behave in the same way, just with a feminine flair. And the thing is that we are both masculine and feminine. I'm not suggesting that we are androgynous, but that we have the complements of both energies when we want to use them. And that letting go operates in a way that allows us to be open, like the womb. And the saying, that's what I want, operates like the male seeding the universe with the request. And then we're open and we receive. And once we receive, we experience, we witness, we assess, we love it, we don't love it. And then we say, that's what I want, the next thing. And then we open. And when we say, that's what I want, we don't say, that's what I want. I have to keep thinking, keep thinking, keep thinking. And come on, God, hear me, God. Nope. If you're already God, and the moment God thinks something and wants it in to be created, the moment the thought is had, boom, it begins to come into presence, into being. And so if we are God, and we are, because nothing in the universe is not made from that energy source, then if that's the case, the moment you say, that's what I want, and you know it to be, and you let it go, you say, no, that's what I want. I know it's going to happen. I don't have to know how. I don't have to know why. It's just that it's going to happen. I can let it go. And then all of a sudden, the secret magic is that I've seeded the universe with a knowing, and then I remain open and receptive to be able to receive. There's no effort. Life doesn't have to be effortful. Look, I can't stop my own wheelchair, hardly at all. I can barely push my own wheelchair. You see me struggling like this. This is me just trying to find a comfortable position where I'm using my arms to support me, to hold me up so that I don't feel like I'm crushing my own diaphragm. And even though you might see my face do that, it's my face trying to help with the muscles that I have to move my body around. But inside, there's a sense of relaxation. There's not struggling. Because in my world, there's something good about struggling. And when you can look at the world like that and go, yeah, there's something good about struggling. It's no longer a struggle. It's an opportunity. Listen, you guys, I talked way longer than I wanted to. I still want to open the floor for any questions, comments. Like I could literally do days of this. I'm just riffing and letting the wisdom flow through me as we go. I did want to take you through at least one meditation that I call the soul hug meditation. I did never have a name for it until Tony wrote the copy that basically said, you know, if you need a soul hug, if your soul needs a hug, come on out. And I was like, yes, I'll name it soul hug meditation. So I'd love to take you through this meditation if you have a few more minutes. And I'd love to open up the floor and the door for anybody that has questions. But again, this is just me just literally waxing over the surface of everything. You know, again, let me hit 2 points. Life is an art, okay? Art, A-R-T. Have awareness. Take 100% responsibility for the experience that you're having, and then the responsibility for the experience you want to have. And T stands for technique. What is the technique I'm going to use to shift my experience to what I want to have? Those who shift the quickest are the most successful. Art, live, you're a creator. Through and through, you're a creator. You're an artiste. And as an artiste, every action and involvement that you have is an art form. And if that's the case, then you're creating art every day. Art, awareness, responsibility, technique. What is the awareness? What am I aware of right now? What am I feeling? What am I sensing? What am I smelling? What am I hearing? Can I slow down? Can I get out of my brain? Right now, as you hear me talking, shift out of your brain, notice your body, notice your face, notice your neck, notice your throat, notice your chest and your shoulders and your upper back. Notice the heart area, notice the space where your ribs come together, the solar plexus right in the middle where your diaphragm and your ribs come together. And as you notice that, can you notice that there's a calm? Can you feel a little bit of the energy inside of your chest where the heart is, where the emotions are? Now, can you notice how there's a little bit of energy outside of your body? Can you notice that also? When you notice that energy outside of your body, do you also notice that your mind has gotten quiet? Why? Because you shifted out of the mental maze and down into your body. What did you become aware of? And then if you don't like what you're feeling or thinking or seeing or experience, take 100% responsibility for shifting that, changing that, or how you're showing up. Excuse me, even if someone else is being really difficult, you can look at that as an opportunity. I'm 100% responsible for how I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling frustrated, that's on me. Or I could say, you know what, 100% responsibility, and say, I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to practice letting go, just like PJ talked about. And then PJ also talked about empowerment. So then what is the T? Technique. What technique am I going to utilize to help me shift quickly or to help me go deeper? If I'm having a great moment, I'm like, wow, I'm really, really happy. This feels so good. Responsibility. I'm responsible for this choice. Can I make it feel even better? Yes. What's the technique I want to use to make it feel better? Let go more, be more focused, be more attentive, feel love more with specific or general gratitude, share more love with others. All of a sudden you can see my face smiling even more. I'm not making this up. I feel it and it comes out this way. So these are the things I want you to be aware of. Now, I'm open for questions, and I'd also love to do the meditation, but you tell me what you want. Tony, anybody else?
What do you guys think? Would you like to try the meditation?
Yeah, Karina says yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Maisha says yes. Kathy says yes. Kay says yes. Carla says, yeah. Carla hopped up on mint and basil. Right? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys to stand up, okay? This I call this my soul hug meditation. I can't physically do it. I can't do the physical arm motions, okay? But I can do every other part. So when you breathe, I'm gonna teach you the breathing first, and then I'm gonna have Tony show you the arm motions, okay? So I know that you guys step back a little bit further from your computers, so you're gonna hear me speak a little bit louder to make sure that you can hear me from a little bit further distance. Does that work for everybody? Okay, Karina, thanks. I appreciate it. I always look right at Karina and she always answers me. So I'm always super grateful, right? Oh, Mike's getting up. That's right, girl, that's right. Let it out, let it out. Okay. Okay, so listen, you're gonna breathe in, obviously, right? So when you breathe in, I'm actually gonna switch. I'm gonna have Tony go first. So when you breathe in, see how your thumbs are together and your first finger together? Yep. Now bring it down in front of your lady parts.
Parts.
Okay, parts and parts. Okay. And then as you breathe in, you're gonna let your arms float up, Don't lift them. Let them float up as you breathe in. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Okay, keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up. Right, 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 right. And as they get above your head, watch how Tony's palms start to sort of go towards each other. Okay, and then she opens her hands and the palms are going to go up, right? Still breathing in, and then stop about here, just a little bit above your shoulders. So you should finish your inhalation here, okay? And then you pause briefly, and then when you exhale, your hands will just continue to float down, float down, float down, float down, float down as you exhale, and they'll come right back together again the way they started, okay? We're going to do this a few times. I'm going to show you what I want you to do with your head also in the breathing process in just a moment, okay? And then when I get to very close to the end, I'm going to give you a slightly different direction, but your arms are going to stay out, outstretched just above the shoulders while we do this last piece. And then there'll be one final piece at the end where you'll bring your hands after that into a prayer in front of your chest. Tony, will you show? You just bring your hands. Yep, you just bring your hands in the end like that, but not until I tell you, okay? I'll just say, bring your hands to the place of prayer. Okay, cool. So when you breathe in, I'm going to watch my head, okay? When you breathe in through your nose, but as you breathe in, your head's going to go back. And as you breathe in, your head starts to go back, your mouth is going to open. So like this. And then when you exhale through your mouth. And let your head lower back down, okay? So your chin tucks just a little bit, but not uncomfortably. And then again, when you inhale, and you'll do that with your arms, okay? Right, right, right. Oh, you guys are already doing it. It's beautiful. Okay, cool. Keep doing that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep doing that. As you breathe in, you let your hands float up. You bring your head up. Let your head lift, your mouth open up as if you're receiving heaven pouring directly into you. Keep doing this. Keep doing this. Let's do this 3, 4, 5 more times, okay? Open your arms out, shoulder width, all the way out. That's right. Beautiful. Keep going. Keep going. Carla, keep going, please. Go slow. Go slow. Let that breathing in be a slow breath in. Let your hands float up. And then slowly exhale. Let them come down. Remember when you bring your head up and you're inhaling through your nose until your mouth opens up and then everything pours into your mouth, but you're still breathing through your nose. When you exhale, you slowly, slowly, slowly exhale through your mouth, letting your hands float down. That's right. Slowly, beautiful, slowly. The breath moves your arms. You reach the shoulders, you exhale, you let them come down. We're going to do this just another few seconds, and then I'm going to give you a new direction, but keep doing this until you hear the new direction, okay? Allow your breathing in to be slow but full and rich. Allow your breathing out to just slowly let your arms float down and slowly let your head float down. Now keep doing this process as you hear me speak. Don't change your practice. Don't change your practice. Keep doing exactly this. I'm just going to give you the new directions. And when you're ready, or you hear me say, now do that, you're going to shift. So this time you do the inhalation. Keep doing it. This time when you do the inhalation, bring your arms out to the sides, just above your shoulders, and stop. Don't let them come down. Palms up towards the sky. And keep breathing in and keep breathing out with your head back. But this time with your head back and your arms outstretched. Breathe in through your mouth as if you're letting all of heaven pour into you. And breathe out through your mouth. Don't let your arms go down, palms up. Head back, mouth open, letting heaven pour in as you breathe in through your mouth. Breathing out through your mouth, keep your arms outstretched. Do this 3 more times, filling up through your mouth as if heaven is pouring into you, all the way into your soul, exhaling through your mouth. And then when you're done with your 3rd exhalation, breathe in 1 more time, pouring in through your mouth. And then as you exhale, return your hands to the place of prayer. Lower your head and shift into a state of gratitude, and do 3 breaths of gratitude. Just however you need to hold your head in gratitude. And then when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and return to your seats. Please.
That was amazing.
I would love to hear, thank you, Tony. I would love to hear from anyone and everyone, including Tony, about how that was for people. So, Tony, do you want to go first? Is that okay?
Mhm.
I know you don't want to talk.
No, it's great. One time we had a conversation about spinning and just, that mind body connection, that, that sense of play. I connected with that sense of that playful sort of energy. It's just having my arms outstretched, and, this feeling, this joy just really washed over me. And I was just so filled with it. And I almost just felt like busting up laughing, but I knew that like my sound was on, and I was like, oh no, I can't do that. But I was just like, yeah, I was feeling so just invigorated, It was great.
Oh, thank you so much. And Melissa said something. It looks like I can't see the things right now. I don't have it open, but I think she said something about
That it's super relaxing and heart opening. Yes, that's how I felt. I know I felt like it was super relaxing.
did it feel a little bit like a soul hug? Did it feel a little bit like you were being nurtured from heaven? Yeah,
I think
Karina suggests
everything
part of
you
it too.
do is like a soul hug, PJ.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
definitely, definitely.
And Lori, it's beautiful to see your face. Thank you for joining us. Kathy, you have a beautiful smile on your face right now. Kay, you look peaceful. Yeah, Maisha, look at you. You look like a different person. Holy cow, you look like a completely different person. Wow. Any other
Had a
thoughts?
lot of pain, and um, it just, as we did that, I don't know, it just flowed out a bit, and so it felt good.
So the pain flowed out, or
Yeah,
oh wow.
yeah, yeah. I think I was moving in ways that I haven't moved for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Kay. The emotional pain leaves too during this. I remember doing this one time, and it felt like hot lava was pouring in through my eyes, in through my nose and my mouth, and pouring all the way down through my entire being, and not burning me, but cleansing me and purifying me. And everything, all of my attachments left in that moment. There was just presence and awareness. So I love that you had a physical sensation also. Thank you.
Yes. Renee
Kathy?
Thank
says,
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really needed to hear what you had to say tonight.
Aw. Okay, anytime you need something, Tony knows how to get a hold of me, okay? You're welcome to reach out anytime. It would be my honor to talk with you and connect
Thank
with you. You're welcome. Kathy, it looks like you started to say something, but you're muted. Karina says, felt grounding and peaceful, feel E. Can you read the rest of that?
emotional now. I see it. It felt grounding and peaceful, feel emotional now. Renee says it feels really good and so relaxing.
Oh, great, 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 great. Karina, can I ask, when you say emotional now, what does that mean to you? I think she's trying to unmute maybe. There you are. You're unmuted.
Sorry. Yeah, it wouldn't give me the mute or the unmute button. So I literally feel like I could just cry right now. I'm like, I don't know if it was that. Oh, I just 1 second. Sorry.
It
So-
looks like Karina's got something going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lori started to say something. Oh, and Kathy has her hand up too.
Yeah, Lori
So
says
Lori-
cracking of stiffness, limber accepting.
Like opening up, like cracking open. Yeah. Yeah, like cracking open. Oh, good. Does it feel like you can breathe again, Lori? All that cracking open, you're like, oh, I feel like I can breathe again. I don't know what you just said.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can-
even know it was there. It's funny how you can hold on to stuff and you don't even know it was there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad that you're able to let it go. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Karina, you said, sorry, my husband walked in. Come back and finish telling us about the emotional piece, please.
I was just saying how I actually feel like I could just cry right now. Just, I don't know, let everything out. I don't know.
Please do, if you need to. Okay, maybe even if it feels right, maybe even ask your husband just to hold you while you cry. And sometimes the crying is just, I'm just releasing the stuff that I've been holding on to. We live in a time right now where we hold tight to things as a way of controlling all of our environment and maintaining everything and making sure nothing gets dropped. And at some point, we just need to relax, and crying is a great way to release that. Karina, right now, while you hear me talk to everybody else, practice this breathing for a minute, okay? 3 breaths in and then 1 long, slow breath out. So like this, like when we cry, we're like, right? So 3 in and then 1 long breath out. Neurologists would say 2 in, but I find, and those people that I work with find that 3 quick ones in, 1 long exhalation out works best. So try that for a few minutes and tell us how you feel when you're done. Kathy's little hand is up. Kathy, go.
I just had this vibrational oneness, this whole shimmering vibrational, just incredible. We just felt it for not long, but just in that moment, it was just this incredible oneness. So that was yes.
Mm,
Yes.
the presence, maybe that was the presence for you.
Oh.
Was it in the moment of opening, or was it in the moment of at the final gratitude?
Oh, it was gratitude. Gratitude. Yes, gratitude, definitely.
Gratitude is the process of spilling things out, sharing things. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm glad that worked
Oh,
for you.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other thoughts? Karina, how did that work?
Oh, there you go. It unmuted. Good. I feel grounded. I feel good.
Okay, good. Yay. Lori, it looks like you're still unmuted. Did you want to say something else? Patricia, you're unmuted?
No, I'm good.
You're good? Okay. Patricia? I just want to say Patricia. I know it's probably Patricia, but Patricia is so much more fun to say. Anything?
Yes, it is Patricia.
Yeah, okay, Patricia, did you want to say?
No, I don't want to say anything. I'm just here to listen right now.
Okay, all right. Thank you for showing up. Renee, Martha, anyone else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted to just say that, yeah, that letting go piece that you were talking about, I feel like it was incredibly powerful, just the letting go. Yeah. I know I was drinking in all of this, beautiful, joyful energy, but I know that it was a letting go exercise for a lot of people, it sounds like too.
What's interesting, you guys, is that there's a lot of people in our world and a lot of experiences in our life, including the way we look at ourselves and judge ourselves, where there's a certain value that forgiveness would bring us. Forgiving others, forgiving ourselves, me forgiving the people who slam the doors 2 or 3 times a week. But now you can see me smile over it now, because now it's just a gigantic joke to me. Right now it's just hilarious because I've shifted it. But if you stop for a moment and you think, What precedes forgiveness? It's letting go. Letting go of what? Letting go of attachment, letting go of fear, letting
No.
go of angst, letting go of worry, letting go of judgment towards others, letting go of judgment towards self. When you let go of the judgment, there's no need for forgiveness because there's nothing that I'm holding. There's nothing that I'm holding against you or myself. I've let it go. So there's only the presence left. Makes sense? Anything else that anybody wants to say before we go? Questions, comments, concerns? Carlita. Oh, no.
Just
There you
kidding. I just wanted to say I'm so sick. I woke up so sick this morning and I'm so happy I came. And I'm in Tucson too, so I totally understand your urge to be like, Patricia. I get it.
Wait, you're in Tucson?
I am. I'm in the south side right now.
Southside.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
And I think this is from all our wind. Yeah.
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 It actually, we had a lot today at one point, and it actually blew in, like somehow blew in one of my windows a couple days ago when I was on a call, and I was like, and at first I was like, oh, I must be dry, but then I tasted dirt and dust. I was like, that's coming from the outside. It's crazy windy out there. So,
Yeah.
Carlita, we gotta figure out a way to connect. If you're on, yeah. I'm over by St. Mary's Hospital, but right now I'm actually at the Loft Hotel at the corner of Speedway and Campbell. And you know what's crazy? This is a true story. You guys, I can literally look out my window right there, and I can see where I got hit by an SUV in 1998, tossed out into 3 lanes of traffic, almost got run over by the SUV. Prayed as I was flying through the air, God, whatever you do, please don't let him roll over my pelvis. He came to rest, his front driver's side wheel came to rest leaning against my pelvis bone. Had he rolled 2 more inches, he would have crushed me. And inside of the restaurant right there, there was an EMT team eating dinner. They saw everything that happened, ran outside, picked me up. I wasn't hit by any of the lanes of traffic. The guy didn't roll over my pelvis. He did crush my wheelchair underneath his SUV, but they picked me up and took me across the street to the hospital. I wasn't meant to die that day. I wasn't meant to die that day. You know, I was meant to learn something. And it's a bigger, longer story that maybe I can share another time, but it's crazy. Like every day I get to see the spot where I was faced with life and death. So
Wow,
really
that's got to be wow.
It's cool, you guys. It's cool. Like I could look at that and be like terrified, you know, or I could look at that and be like, oh yeah, this is where I got hit by an SUV and almost died. Like it's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is the lesson that came from it later, which was learning to love myself, and learning to love myself by appreciating everything that I have, being grateful for everything that I have, and seeing what I want and going for it and not letting anything stop me. Focusing on who I am and what I have, excuse me, and where I can go and where I want to go, not what I don't have and what I don't have anymore and what I may never have back. It's all the choice. It's all about freedom. Think your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts think you.
I love this. Thank you so much, PJ. This has just been amazing.
I hope so. I hope it worked for everybody.
As always. And I hope that everybody here like takes something from this, apply it in your life this week, figure out how you're going to do it, you know, but it's, I feel like I need these periodic, you know, just these chats with you because it really puts things in perspective. I know that throughout 2020, there was a lot of folks saying, oh, you know, do your shadow work. So I feel like a lot of folks kind of stayed there, and it's like, yeah, but this is good. This is good stuff. It's good juice. We need this.
Yeah. For me, you guys, it's beautiful. It's literally about the expansion. The more you focus on the small little micro details, the more exciting something becomes. The more you're like, hey, let me look at my world as if I'm in a completely new city and town. Let me walk around my house and be like, this is really cool. Oh, look at that. I haven't seen that. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. Oh, that might need to be cleaned. Oh, let me just readjust that. The moment you slow down and eat your food with everything turned off and smell it, taste it, feel it, and go really slow and thank everything all the way back to God, right? Whoa, your life starts to change. Let it be juicy and delicious by focusing on the little tiny pieces, not the big clumps, right? Don't go chew, chew, swallow, chew, chew, swallow. Chew, savor, taste, feel, smell, masticate, right? I just wanted to say that. Really chew it and break it
Great
down.
word.
All right, beautiful people. I'm a talker. And so unless you all run now, I'll probably talk for another 3 hours.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
All right.
great.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Maisha. Thank you, Karina. I really appreciate that. I'm really grateful and honored. Carlita. I got to say Carlita because you're from Tucson, right?
You
I got to say it like this, Carlita. ¿Cómo habla español? No, me either. No hablo español. Hablo un poquito, pero mi español es muy malo. My Spanish is very bad.
Yo también. Soy de Nuevo México, pero muy bien. Muy bien.
What? I'm just kidding.
I'm from New Mexico, but yeah, my Spanish is very bad. Muy mal.
Okay, in Spanish, I would say te amo. I love you. Okay.
Te amo.
Te amo. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Have
And then
a
also,
wonderful
PJ, how can they
rest of
get a hold of you if they need?
Oh, yeah.
kind of go-
You know, probably easiest just to email me, pj@pjswisdom.com, pj@pjswisdom.com.
And then
Okay.
on Instagram, I just found you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're on here, and I didn't know. It's the PJ's Wisdom, right?
Yeah, on Instagram, it's the PJ's Wisdom. And on Facebook, I don't do anything on my PJ's Wisdom page very often. So just find me under PJ Dixon, probably P.J. Dixon, Dixon. Yeah, so those are the primary socials. I'm on LinkedIn too, usually under PJ Dixon. Okay. And I'm building up my Feliz Navidad!
Feliz
Patricia!
Navidad! Perfect.
It should also almost be Feliz Cumpleaños, right? Happy birthday. Hey, PJ, happy birthday, man. It's almost your birthday on May 1st, bro.
Feliz. When's your birthday?
May 1st, man.
May 1st.
May 1st. 1969, the summer of love.
I have to write it down now. May 1st. So I don't forget.
Carla, you got your hand up. What's
Just one more thing. My birthday's May 20th. So,
Yes.
you know, all the May love to you.
All the May love to you, baby. All the May love to you. I got a friend of mine
Carla,
who's
you're a Taurus too?
I am
Ah,
So
yay!
did what I say resonate with you? Did it make sense?
100%. All of it. Like, I mean, I'm even a health coach, and teaching sensual eating is like a big thing for me because it brings so much to it and to your body and you back into yourself. I mean, I'm outside, right? In my garden.
I would totally be outside in the garden with you right now if I could.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, everything you said is right on point. Absolutely.
Dude, we definitely got to connect then, okay? I totally just called you dude.
Dude, totally. I get it.
My inner nerd just got it and just escaped. Oh no, you're all going to see the real me. Total nerd.
All right, yes, we will get together.
All right, excellent. We'll make it happen. Okay, beautiful people. I love you guys. I don't want to keep you any longer. If you need me, find me. If you can't find me, Tony can find me. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great night and happy 2021.
Yes, thank
Bye,
you.
bye, bye, bye.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye.